All right, guys, welcome back in a little Slaughterhouse Sports, and it is rare on this channel that we talk about the NFL, but a couple of great NFL games tonight on Monday Night Football as the calendar is, dwindling down a little bit on Colegio football. The New York Giants, going to put it right here, that helmet, man, the New York Giants get a huge win tonight over the Green Bay Packers. Show great offense throughout. Tommy Devito, had a good arm, I thought, even at Illinois, and he's flourishing in the NFL. Flourishing, I mean, he's playing solid football, and, it was tough going for him up at Syracuse or even at Illinois. But, the guy, there's a lot of talented players that are out there, and he's getting his opportunity. He's doing a sensational job. He's doing it in his home state of New Jersey, in a stadium in which he grew up 15 minutes from. He grew up a Giants fan. Incredible story. An undrafted quarterback, Tommy DeVito, local town loves DeVito. They, deliver food to his house, and his agent is so funny, and they're like, it's just great. I'm a fan of the whole DeVito story. It's incredible, and for the Giants, it feels good because the New York Giants haven't had a lot to cheer about, and these regular season wins. I mean, the one thing is, I like this team, and I know it's tough to maybe not be competing right now at the level that we'd want, but just to cherish these moments, man. It's fun to win a game like that. To see Wan'Dale Robinson, to see Deonte Banks, and to see like Kayvon Thibodeau and some of these young draft picks kind of start to find their footing, and to see Kafka and Dable, really get their stuff together on the offensive side of the ball. And Dable really is the guy, I think. I mean, he stabilized his ship. It was the hardest, start to the season in a long time. And the Giants were headed right towards tanking, and now they've won 3 games. So I know that some people might not like that. I know some people want to lose all the time. But the Giants still might have a chance. I don't know what they're going to do with the draft. But DeVito, man, I want to see him play this season out, and maybe even see if you have something in Tommy DeVito. I mean, we're seeing in Brock Purdy how, the end of the draft, it's incredibly rare, but sometimes you can find these rare, players. But DeVito's playing consistent football, and I like how he's throwing the ball away. I like how they're playing smart. They're leaning on the defense at times. They're playing clean. They're not turning the ball over. Saquon Barkley did happen to have a fumble. They had a special teams gaffe, but overall, you win the turnover battle in the NFL, and you're going to have a chance, and then you convert a couple of big third downs. DeVito's using his legs. DeVito's, hitting a couple of throws here and there during the games, and finding his way a long ways away from the Cowboys game in which they got killed by the Dallas Cowboys. But, they got better after the bye. They beat the Patriots in an ugly game. They won in Washington. And now 3 wins in a row for a franchise. Again, it's fun. You have to celebrate it. You don't have to, but again, I'd encourage you to celebrate it because it's a great story for Tommy DeVito, and I give credit to Brian Dable for stabilizing this organization and this unit because they could have completely fallen over. So I think that Dable is the guy going forward. This is even more impressive in some ways than last year, the way that DeVito and Dable have really galvanized what was just a horrendous season, and there sure is stuff to fix up, especially around the offensive line. But tonight, you saw flashes of what the future can hold. John Michael Schmidt's coming in there, making some plays, and tonight was a ton of fun. And, Saquon Barkley, I thought that the Giants were going to win the game that way. He ends up tripping, fumbling, uncharacteristic, just not the smartest play, not the most obviously athletic play, a rare moment where, a big gaffe by Saquon Barkley. But then Tommy DeVito drives him down, and Bullock makes an incredible field goal. The defense during the 2-point play, they were able to stop a reverse. Credit to Jordan Love for a really nice drive to go ahead in this game. Love again is showing signs too of being a quarterback that could start in this league and be around. So a lot of these quarterbacks are on the come up. And you got to see who's going to be patient with their quarterbacks. Is it going to be Atlanta with Desmond Ridder? Is it going to be Zach Wilson that actually emerges? He's shown flashes. You have Brock Purdy in San Francisco. Is DeVito going to get a long leash with anybody? Can Tommy DeVito be like what Kenny Pickett was like in Pittsburgh for a while? That all remains to be seen the rest of the way. The Giants got the Eagles a couple of times later. So, a really fun night. Will Levis, another example of a quarterback, a second-round guy, had a couple of struggles, and was a 14-point underdog tonight. Made a couple of mistakes, turnovers in the game, but they were down by 13 points with 2 minutes to go, or they were actually down 14. And they end up getting an 8-point drive, and then they hit DeAndre Hopkins on a big play. They play some complimentary football. They score 2 touchdowns in about 3 minutes to steal the game in Miami. So Will Levis, again, I didn't think Will Levis would be accurate enough. I watched him at Kentucky. I didn't think he'd be consistent enough. Tonight was a big win for his career. I still don't know about Levis long term. And again, if Will Levis is any good, I'm not going to be the guy who said I told you so. I had my concerns. But the guy's very likable, and just because you think that he might not pan out doesn't mean that he isn't fun to root for, doesn't mean that you're rooting for him to necessarily fail. I'm not rooting for him to fail. And he went out tonight and shows great passion, shows a lot of juice on the sidelines, and happy for the guy and happy for the team in Tennessee getting a win there. So Monday Night Football really happened to hit tonight. 2 games that went right down to the wire tonight. And good scoring games, pretty high scoring, and you got to see everything tonight on Monday night. So the Giants win, and Dable stabilizes everything for the New York Giants, and DeVito continues. It's fun. I don't know how long it's going to last, but enjoy it. Tommy DeVito, man, what a crazy story and what a win.